Sorry, no lo siento. Sorry, no lo siento. No lo siento. No lo siento. Sorry, no lo siento. No lo siento. No lo siento. Sorry, no lo siento.
Oh man, I hope I haven't worn this on an episode because I would be burnt out. Amá, planchame la ropa, amá.
As long as you watch it.
Amá, planchame la ropa. No quiero estar arrugado. Yo, did your mom ever send you to school like and ironed up, like all creased up?
I had to iron my own clothes.
Really?
We learned how to iron at a very young age.
No.
I used to iron my dad's handkerchiefs. I should have.
Whoa.
I'm going to talk about that in a.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I mean, my mom was, she's till this day, she's an all-star because there's no way she was sending us to school with wrinkled clothes.
There's no way.
But I wouldn't do it myself.
Oh, yeah, no. I was doing the handkerchiefs and...
My mom didn't even let me wash for myself. I didn't really start washing to myself till they left the house.
So my brother and I had to do laundry really young, and when he was in kindergarten, he put bleach in his laundry and all his colored clothes came out all messed up.
I know your mom was hot.
But she would have us do it. Like my dad would have me sew the holes in his socks. Like I would sit there with a needle and thread and like.
Mm-hmm. I mean.
Yeah, I mean that's how I know how to do all these things. Thanks, Dad.
You're just very. You're just a
I'm super talented in all aspects of home life.
That definitely has to be a Platica because there's this thing in our culture. Maybe I don't know in other cultures. I'm based on my experience that we, especially with women, they get to learn how to wash dishes, learn how to just be very attentive to things, be very aware of things, always take the initial. That's instilled in the young girls so young, and then the moms get mad. I mean, grandmas end up getting mad when, she's not being too much of a woman. She's just doing too much of this and that. But that's something big in our culture, and like we don't let kids be kids. Even with guys, if our parents are more from here and they end up kind of programming like a American mentality in them, then they don't really expect too much from the offsprings. Like if like the immigrant, people that come here, like my grandma when she had her kids. I don't know where I'm going with all this, to be honest.
Yeah, no, you know what? That reminded me of how my dad would make us pull weeds in the front, and he'd be like, "Go out there and pull weeds for X amount of time," and we'd be like,
"No,
pulling the weeds, rake the leaves."
No, sir.
Yeah, see.
No, sir. No, sir. No way. And that's why I just been very spoiled and
entitled.
Platica de entitlement.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well,
here we are.
Episode what? 8?
8.
8. The number of money, power, and karma. Hey.
Have you heard the whole album or no?
Nah, I'm capping.
I haven't heard. I've heard this. I've heard.
Sorry, no lo siento. Estoy mintiendo. But I heard this on a TikTok or something, and then was like, this rocking. It was a reel or something that I saw, and I'm like, I like this. And the album's been sitting in my Apple Music. I just haven't hit play on it.
Me too.
Especially now that Drake dropped, like, But yes, bienvenidos a otro capítulo de Sorry, no lo siento. Capítulo 8. La Plática de Summer Vacation. I figured it made sense to do a summer vacation Plática because everyone's getting out of school. Summer's officially here.
It's hot.
And I just started having flashbacks of when school ended and what I did as a child during summer vacation, or what we did as children.
Yeah.
During summer vacation. Because I remember summer vacation was so lit. Just the whole vibe of summer vacation, right? Just the whole vibe of it. Just the fact that you don't have to wake up early for school. You could be laid out at night. Especially here in Cali. Summer nights hit different when you're cruising or whatever. Even as a kid, when you just, your parents are taking you for ice cream at 8 p.m. because the sun's still out, but there's no worries because you got no school the next day.
Right, yeah.
vacations, family trips. 4th of July is during summer. Barbecues are during summer, and we have all these platicas coming as well. So I just figured, why not set it off with just summer vacation?
Mm-hmm.
So La Platica, the summer vacation, is here. But before we get into the Platica and our topic for the day, how you been, good sister?
Que tal? I've been well. I went to Tahoe last week.
How was that?
It was cold.
Oh, you saw a bear, huh?
I did. It was cold. So we got there. We thought it was going to be like cooler weather. It was 60 degrees.
Oh, nah.
And I was like,
That's sweater weather, for sure.
Yeah, I literally packed a hoodie. Like, I was kind of happy though, because I love wearing hoodies. And so I had told my boyfriend, like, let's go on the hike. There's a trail by the cabin. And I've done it by myself. Just gone by myself, go up this trail. There's all these other trails that break away. So we go up, and then there's like, you get to this fork where you could go to this trail or this trail.
Yeah.
And there's like a meadow. And so I told Casey, I was like, I'm going to take a photo of this meadow. And he's like by this tree, like stretching, because we were like trekking up. And then I was like, oh, let me get a picture of you. Take a picture of him. And then we're both looking, and he goes, which way do you want to go? And I don't know why. I was just like stuck, like, which way do I want to go? And then Casey's like, a bear.
Nah.
And I'm like, and I like just freeze, right? But I'm like so calm. Like, it was so interesting because my heart didn't even start racing or anything. And I'm like, where? And he takes his hands, he grabs my head, and he turns, he goes, there. And I'm like, and literally we were looking at the bear. It was like 40 feet away.
Was it a big bear though? Or like a little baby?
So we've seen bears in Tahoe. This looked like, I want to say like an adolescent bear, not full grown adult. It wasn't a baby though. It was like, adolescent kind of. It looked a little patchy. Like, I don't know if it's like losing fur because of the heat. I don't know. But it was kind of overcast. So I don't know if the bear was confused. And Casey's like, do you want to just shoot left or go? And I was like, nah, let's go down and then take a different trail. And so as we're coming down, he's kind of looking over his shoulder. I just kept slowly moving. And I just had my hand like this with my phone, like behind me, just taking photos. That's the photo that I had sent you, where you could just see the bear's butt. Yeah, but we were like, I saw the whole bear's face, the whole bear's body. I was like, and then we saw this older gentleman on a bike, because there's a lot of mountain bikers out there. And we're like, oh, excuse me, sir. Oh, we saw a bear up there. He's like, oh yeah, I saw one yesterday. Like, just so nonchalant, like totally like a local.
Is it one of those situations where it's like, leave them alone, they won't do nothing to you, or they sense you and they kind of come mess with you, or how?
So from what I understand, because when we were in Yosemite, they tell you, like, if you just kind of just be cool. They don't really want to interact with you, but if it's like a mother and her cubs, like, she is going to charge you. But the bear was like, I didn't even hear the bear. It was just so quiet and big and just moving slow. I think it was confused, but I also noticed like there were no birds chirping. We ended up going back on the trail the next day. We took our bear spray though, just in case. But the birds were chirping. So it was just like a different vibe. Even like lightweight, I thought it was like snowing a little bit because there were just these tiny little, it was cold, but it was fun. It was interesting. Yeah, I just like being out there. I was out there for Father's Day, so I just texted my dad like, hey dad, happy Father's Day. Sent him some pictures because he loves like the photos that I take. Yeah. He was like,
that's good.
Like, thanks. Yeah, it was good. And that's how I've been. Just right now I'm watching my grandfather because my aunt's on vacation, so him and I have been hanging out. And
how's that been?
It's interesting, like caring for a family member that's older than you. And he's so appreciative though. I've been cooking for him and making him healthy lunch, like a salad, and I made him these little sandwiches on the Hawaiian rolls. Dinner. I've been making him dinner. He had dinner early today. He likes, I got him Starbucks today. We had Starbucks. So he was, it's like when you see them.
Like a little kid kind of, huh?
Yeah, it is like a little kid. And he's hard of hearing, and I don't like to yell. So I know he reads my lips. So I try to talk really slow. And I try to explain to him what I was
Yeah.
doing right now. Like, hey, I need you to just be, a little quiet because I'm going to be working, recording. And he was like, oh, is that for your job? And I'm like, yeah, it's a job. Yeah, it's a job I enjoy. He was like, oh, okay, I'm going to be on my iPad. I was like, cool. Thank you.
Wow. That'd be cool. We made a little cameo. Like he just stormed in right now, huh?
I know. I was like, oh my gosh, what if he does? But the way I'm set up, I can see him. And there's like a mirror right here on this wall. So when I'm working,
Yeah.
because I work from home, I can see what he's doing. Like right now, he's on the iPad. And he'll tell me like, oh, I read about this and this is happening in the news and Russia and world events. And I'm just like, cool.
That's nice. And even that you taking him and how spend the time with him. Because I've had Father's Day just passed, 2 Father's Day weekend just passed, and we had my grandma. My mom had picked up my grandma for the weekend, and it's just the total opposite. Like at least with you guys, you have someone watching him, and with us is like I don't know if it's true or not, but she's not happy, and it's sad. It's sad because her whole life changed as well. And my mom, my mom's such a great, nice person, amazing person that she cares too much for others. She does have a lot of I don't know her food chart, but she has a lot of cancer type of energy in her.
Very nurturing.
Yes.
For sure.
And it kills her that she keeps thinking what would your dad say if he was here and he saw her living in the conditions that she was living in.
It's hard.
Yeah, so she feels like that pressure to do
guilt.
something, but she knows that she can't. And my grandma ultimately does not as much as my grandma says she would go back with her. She's always she would never just submit to my mom, and it's unfortunate because she would live a better life with my mom, but my mom doesn't need to be stressing.
It's not her. Ultimately, it's not your mom's responsibility.
It's not, and she's not the blood daughters. It's not. She's limited, and before she had the help of my dad, so that's why she didn't mind having her around. No matter if all the headaches she gave her, all the accusing her of stealing and all the all the BS.
All the BS.
My mom didn't mind because at the end of the day, my dad was just happy that his my dad was happy that his mom was living with him, and at the same time. He was the son, so he was able to say yo, chill out, okay, it's enough.
There's a different dynamic. I feel that you can. It's funny you say that because with my grandpa, he listens to me, everything, no issues.
You see.
And with my mom or my aunt, he'll kind of just. I don't know the way that they talk to him. Maybe I just talk to him. I don't know what it is, but there's always that dynamic with the son can always say certain things to the mom, and it's all just family dynamic.
It is, but my mom's the person that knows her the most, knows more about her than she knows about herself, basically.
Right? Yeah.
And my
what they like.
And my grandma's always trying to argue what my mom's saying. It's yo, I've dealt with your medical record. I've dealt with your why would I lie about certain things? So she starts getting frustrated and upset, and I tell her mom, if you really want to take her back, then you should really just tell her it's sad to say, but she acts like a kid, so you got to say things to her like a kid, which is if you want to stay with me, then you need to relax and you need to do this and you and just threaten her with that, because she deep down she wants to be with my mom. She really does, but she won't submit. She won't submit.
Yeah, it's a pride thing.
It's pride. It's pride. And she feels entitled to so much entitlement. She's the OG of out of all her 8 siblings, she's the only one still standing. So, and it's just sad, the living condition my dad had her to where how she is now, sleeping in the living room,
it's hard.
It's sad, and I have space here to bring her, and I thought about it, but it's a lot. What I'm trying to do, I'm getting busier. I'm not. It's not like I'm not doing nothing.
Right, but it's also not
a certain level of attention.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying 24/7 have her by the hand, but every 15 to 20 minutes, you do have to check up on her and see if she's good, because now she can fall. Now she can't hurt herself. Now it's not the same anymore. She's so stuck in her old ways because she's never had to rely on people that she right now she still wants to get taken to the grocery store to go buy her mercado or whatever. But her son that's watching her now is yo, just tell me what you need. I'll go get it. It's just way more faster that way. But she needs that the little kid instinct where it's just just take me out. Let me enjoy some time out. You know?
Yeah, and they want to do. That's what my grandpa. He was like, "Can you take me to the grocery store?" Sure.
Yeah.
He pushed the cart. He bought a whole bunch of tomatoes, lettuce. I let him. I was like, okay.
But see, your grandpa still looks capable of being able to do that. Like my mom tells my grandma, like, I know you still want to do this, but your body's not capable of doing this. Your hand does. She has to go like this with her hand to drink. Like she has no power. She needs a cane. Her equilibrium's off. Like she needs she gets tired quick. You know, as much as she wants to get, because she gets anxious just sitting down all the time. So she gets up and walks around, but she can only do it for like 5 minutes, and then she's back down because it's just too much. You know, so it's not the same no more. And after she had COVID and after she almost passed, she's not the same anymore. But she's so stuck in her ways. Yeah, and then just everything changed. Like while she's recovering, her whole life is changing too. With my dad being gone, you know, it's crazy, you know. So and it's just my mom, you know. My uncle's next door, and she cries to him too. Like it's just sad the conditions your mom in, that no one cares. Neither one of you guys care, you know. And
it's hard.
It hurts my mom. She's had her the last 30 years, 40 years, 40, such a long time that she's been with my mom. And it's hard for her just to be like, no. But actually, Nicole, wow. So my mom actually, she was like, today she told me, she was like, you know, we were talking about that, and she goes, you know what, like I was listening to, you know, the Father's Day episode, and she goes, I really like when Nicole said, she liked when I asked you about you showing up for yourself. And she was like, I love that so much because I need to start doing that. I need to start showing up for myself. And like I'm always showing up for other people. I'm always feeling bad for other people, and I always put myself second. And now, you know, she don't have the man, she don't have that protector and savior. The kids, she had her kids, but it's not the same. And I see her stressing, Nicole. I see the way she's like, even though today she said another comment that was just like, you know, sometimes I just wish like your dad would just come and just take me with him. And she goes, is that bad to say? And I'm like, I mean, it's kind of selfish, Mom, but I get why you're saying that. Like, all this is new to you. Like, we're all struggling now, Mom. Like, it's such a different. It's so different now.
It's such a process, and you know, she's so used to, like, as a Cancer also having Cancer placements in her chart, just wanting to be nurturing and showing up for everybody else. But it's like now it's like time for you to show up for yourself. And even when I picked up my grandpa, so at my aunt's house, him and my grandma had a room together. They had separate beds, but they had a TV and everything. And I hadn't been there for years because, you know, then COVID happened and all that. And they would come here to Sacramento. So my aunt finally got rid of my grandma's bed. She was like, I think it was time, you know, I think that it was affecting him too, like kind of laying in bed and seeing an empty bed there, you know. Yeah. So she like switched it up and she put a recliner in there. So it's like a little studio. So I was telling him like, oh, now you have a studio. And he has a blown up like portrait of my grandma when she was younger on the wall. So it's like,
that's cute.
Yeah, it's cute. And I don't know, but he used to say the same things like, why didn't I go with her? Why didn't I go first? Why couldn't it be us together? You know, that's just part of like the thought process and the grieving and the whys, and it's cliche, but in time.
Yeah. 2022 has been a crazy year. A lot of this went on this year, and
yes.
You know, I've always would hear people say like certain years are crazy for them, certain time frames, and I would always just like can never relate, never felt the vibe, and now I feel the vibe. Lo siento. Yeah. But let's transition out of being sad.
Now we're moving to the summer vacation chat. Have you seen the music video for this song?
No, I haven't. It's fire.
I saw a part of it. Yeah, it was cool.
Okay, well, Recalentado, I mean, I don't have much to heat up this episode. I mean, it was Father's Day. It was great. You know, we're at the cemetery. Yeah. It was nice. All of my family was there. My cousins, aunts, my uncle, my grandma. It was such a nice little time. Then we came home, did a carne asada here at my aunt's house, and that was it. Just talked and just vibed out, and nice. Just spent time with my cousins, smoked with my cousins.
That's cool.
It was a nice weekend. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't had a Sunday and a Monday off in a long time, so it was nice to just kind of have like that Saturday, Sunday, Monday off because I get off early Saturday. So it's been a minute. But it was nice. It was nice. It was nothing. Oh, and I went to shout out to my boy Kid Tony. I went to his sister's graduation. Shout out to you, Annette. Congratulations on graduating. She was a UC Davis graduate.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
What's her degree in?
I think it was psychology. But yeah, I was there Saturday turning up with them, and definitely spent the night at Tony's. I was with my cousin, so I took him, and we turned up, had fun, and yeah, that was it. And Sunday, I actually spent the night at Tony's, and that same morning, Sunday, we drove straight to the cemetery. We met my mom and all of everybody there because we're already out, basically like 20 minutes away from there.
Oh,
I wasn't gonna come back to Riverside, drive back another 45 minutes out. Nah, so we ended up staying the night. So yeah, that was it.
Yeah. Like I said, I was in Tahoe for Father's Day, so I just texted my dad. Oh, and I texted my brother too.
Is it dad?
Yeah. He is a dad. He has my niece.
RP to my dad, man. I couldn't text you.
Yeah.
Couldn't say happy. I did say Happy Father's Day, but
Yeah.
every day is Father's Day, man. Every day you in my mind, so I don't want to be sad no more. Every episode can be sad, but I'll forever keep talking about my dad. So I don't care what nobody ever. Oh, he's always talking about his dad. Oh, I don't give a hope.
It's like, I think there will be, I think for those that listen consistently, I think that this will give them an opportunity as the show progresses for them to see the whole process of you healing. As you talk about it, how you may change how you talk about it, and not that you're gonna stop, but it might just not always be sad or grieving per se, but just
gotta keep it pushing, man. Hurts. It hurts so much. That I can stop. I really could just stop and just give in at any point in time, to be honest. But
here we are.
That don't do nothing.
Trucking away.
But let's turn up.
Yeah.
Shout out to everyone here. Bienvenidos. Esta es la plática de summer vacation. Muchos recuerdos de summer vacation.
Yeah.
I miss being a kid sometimes.
Right.
A lot of times. Actually, no, I don't.
Adulting is hard, but there's some cool things about being an adult.
Adulting is hard, but it's I like doing whatever I want to do.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's like, cuz you can act like a kid as an adult. People don't like that one, but you can, and you're able to do everything in the spectrum. When you're a kid, you're limited to what you can do.
Yeah, people are still telling you what to do.
Yeah. I could be childish as an adult, and that's fun.
Yes.
That's even funner, actually, to have the adult side and the child side.
Yeah, it's healthy.
Just the adulting, 18 plus thing, and you fending for yourself and legal types. Yeah, that's out. That's out. That's all bunk. It's all bunk. Acomódense. Agarren su champurrado. That's too hot. It's too hot for champurrado.
It's too hot.
Agarren su jamaica, su horchata,
su fresco, su agua de
piña.
Oh, I just had that.
Yeah, I love agua de piña. Oh,
Me
God.
too.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Or, if you're hearing in the morning, agarren su cafecito. Con su concha, con su pan dulce, lo que sea. Y después manden este capítulo a uno de tus amigos, parientes,
amigas,
etc. Yo, my Spanish is gonna get better on this show. Just doing the show, my Spanish is gonna get better. That's why I miss working at Pollo Loco, because I talk to all the older Spanish ladies, and they were just sharpening my Spanish. Yeah, because now I don't use it anywhere, really. My grandma's not here no more either, so I'm not really communicating in Spanish. Only at work where I'm talking to the ladies that have that thick accent. It's like, I'll just talk to you in Spanish.
Yeah.
Don't even trip.
It's nice.
Don't even trip. Okay. Well, we're here. Again, episode 8, La Platica de Summer Vacation. Now, where do we start with summer vacation? What was your initial thoughts, Nicole, when it was the last day of school and you knew you weren't going to go to school for the next 3 months?
Well,
what goes through your mind?
So happy. When I was little, I'd be so happy because I would go visit my grandparents. Love summer vacation because we were out of school and it's my birthday's in the summer. So I like that. I would always be like, oh, fun. I like the summer. That's my favorite season. So, you know, I enjoy the season very much. Get to stay home. What I really liked is that we could be, I just loved riding my bike all the time and just, that's what I enjoyed. Just not having to do homework and just, I don't know. That last day of school though, just be so exciting.
I know. And I never went to summer school either.
I went once.
Nope. I mean, I would go. I think I did go once just because I want to be with my cousins and stuff like that. But no, I'm not going to summer vacation. I'm not going to summer school. I've always been that person, you know, even when it comes to school, that as much as I did well in school and I always had good grades, I never wanted to do the most in school. Like, no, I'm not going to go to summer school just to finish this class so I can just not take it during the regular year. Like, I don't care that much. I want to enjoy my summer vacation, you know? And it's even funny because summer vacations happen in phases because when you are in elementary school, when you're a kid, the feeling of summer vacation is different. And then you get to like the middle school age where you might have friends that you might see during the summer. Your parents might drop you off at the mall and stuff like that, you know? So you have that type of summer vacation. And then you get to like the high school summer vacation, which is more like by sophomore year, you have friends that are driving already and everything. Yes. So that's when it becomes more fun. Senior year's like the summer between 11th grade and senior year. That's like the littest type of summer too. So you know, because everyone just got their license. Everyone got a car now. We all... It's lit, you know.
We're outside.
And then when you get to college, that summer vacation is that's partying and going crazy and you know going back home, and so it's funny how there is different sections of summer vacation. But I think we should we didn't put that in the outline, but I kind of want to let's go based off that because right now you described your first like your kid's summer vacation. So mine was kind of the same way, right? I was privileged to where my mom, she worked for the school district and she worked at the school that we went to. So she had the summers off as well. So she was always taking us to amusement parks. The summers were lit. It was just amusement parks. You know, my grandma lived in the OC where Knott's is and Disneyland. So
cool.
She would always buy us passes and she'd take us to Knott's all the time during the summer. She'd take us to Tijuana, you know. So my mom would always get mad because she'd be watching us and my mom would call her and be like, where you at? She goes, I'm in Tijuana. And she's like, you took the kids. And she goes, I told you not to take them. And my grandma she's just extra. I love her mom. She's funny. She's wild. And then what else do we do in summer vacation? A lot of pools during the elementary years and middle school years. I have a pool here at the house, so my cousins, you know, live next door. Marco Polo, colors, you know, we'll be in the pool just going crazy, playing shark. We make our own little
rings?
Games. Yeah.
Throw the rings in the pool.
We used to play stuff like getting a brick and just going to the bottom of the deep and just like walking. And when you can't breathe no more, just letting go. And like, we used to have fun. And I realized that I have a pool now. I haven't used my pool in like 4 years.
What?
Yeah. Because it's like, I grew up with a pool and it sounds so, how do you say it? It sounds so like crazy to say like that, but it's played out to me, you know? And I think as an adult.
Exercise?
See, and I should. Even if it's for lounging around, you know, but I don't do it. I don't do none of that. And as an adult, I think the reason I don't is because it's not fun no more as an adult. Like, you have to go in there with like a purpose now. Like, okay, like you said, working out. But as a kid, you're just in there, and then you're playing all these games, and you get tired, and you get out, you have watermelon, you have sandia when you get out, you know. It's just a whole vibe. It's a whole vibe. Yeah, and then you watch cartoons on the TV. It's a whole vibe. Well, as an adult, it's like, if you're not in there with people just drinking something or smoking a blunt or just being just like I said, lounging around, I'm not playing Marco Polo as a 20-year-old. Like, I mean, I can if there's a large group of people, but when it's just like four of us, like it gets boring right away. Mm-hmm. Like, you need a lot of people. And as a kid, it was all my cousins and my brothers, and it was a lot of us in the pool. So it was fun. We were able to do stuff with it. Our dads would get in with us.
Oh,
but
nice.
As an adult, it's like, to me, it's just like,
People are listening like, oh, I wish I had a pool.
I know they are. You always want what you don't have.
This is true.
And when you have it, it's like when people see the hill in front of my house, that oh, you be out there working out and everything and doing things. I'm like, bro, I've lived here so long. I used to walk this hill every day with my grandma. Like this is whatever to me now. Like this is part of my home. I need to go somewhere else to do all that because I'm just over this. You know, I'm over it right here. But summer vacations were fun as a little kid. I ain't gonna lie. I used to always be sneaking and watching. Not sneaking, but my mom would sometimes still be working. Like when she would do because she started doing like the ELD testing type things. So she would work during the summer school because the kids were still going to summer school and she would be doing all the testing and stuff. So she would work during summer sometimes. And then when I would stay home, oh man, I would be hitting that Maury and Jerry Springer. I'm like 10, 11 years old.
Yeah. I
on
used
Channel
to watch
5
that too.
Oh man, I'd be going crazy, like just watching that. I used to love that, and I used to think like I can't believe I'm watching this. And then my parents, but I always felt weird watching it in front of my parents. They never told me don't watch it, but I never watched it in front of them. Same with like Room Raiders and Next on MTV.
Yeah. I used to watch.
Next, remember Next?
Next was it, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
Room
was
Raiders. Room Raiders was hard.
Or the one with where when people spoke, they could tell that you were lying or not.
Silent Library?
Not Silent Library. It was another like dating show where people would talk and then they have like the truth meter on the bottom, so it would be able to tell whether you were telling the truth or not when they were asking them questions while having this date, and it'd be like multiple people, multiple contestants.
That sounds familiar.
It does sound familiar.
I gotta go find it now.
And even the one with like the one with the parents too, where the parents are like,
oh, I remember that one.
Remember the one with the parents, Nicole, where they would pick the candidates for them, and they would be watching the whole date on TV at home while they're
like behind the scenes or something. Yeah.
And then they come back to the house to meet the parents, and they make the decision there if they want to date the kid or something.
I remember that.
What was that show called? I don't know. But all that was a vibe during summer vacation. And then MTV, like
MTV
videos,
was such
countdown.
Oh my gosh, that was my favorite.
I used to love during Spring Bling too. The Spring Bling countdown.
It was called Parental Control.
Parental control.
Yeah,
wow. What an era. But see, I was like in middle school when that dropped, so I was watching Real World and all this, thinking I'm like grown, thinking I know what's really going on. I didn't.
Jersey Shore.
Jersey Shore.
Jersey Shore.
Jersey Shore came in my freshman year.
Yeah.
When was that?
That was 2009, 10? No, 2008.
Oh, okay.
2007, 2008.
Yeah, I watched Jersey Shore.
Classic.
Yeah.
That's a whole Platica right there, you know.
Yeah.
Cause I have Snooki changed the game. To me, Snooki changed reality TV. Cause everyone would like she was the first Cardi B in a way. That when it comes to like just being ratchet and just saying just being extra on the not caring how she is on TV, that was her initially, you know. And after that, that's when you started having more of the girls turning up on reality TV. Now you had them being more ratchet and loud and not being educated, having the talking all ghetto and stuff.
What was the other girl? JWoww.
JWoww.
JWoww was my girl.
Yo, second season was the best in Miami. Sammy. Ronnie, stop. Ron.
Oh my goodness.
She sleeped for not coming back for the family vacations, man. She didn't want to eat. But no, that was definitely a thing during summer vacations. Now
TV, a lot of TV.
A lot of TV.
If you think about how much TV you consume during summer vacation.
The Disney special movies too. Like when the ones that Disney used to make, they were so hit back in the day, like Brink and what's that one about the Wendy Wu?
Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior.
Yeah, bro. Twitches was hard. Halloween Town.
Twitch is my favorite,
bro. Classic stuff, bro. Like, we had such dope stuff during our childhood, and now they got what?
I don't know. I don't
Paw
even
Patrol.
watch TV.
Coco Melon. Like, what? They don't know about Roly Poly Oly.
Oh my god.
You're going so far back.
Out of the box.
What?
Bro, I'm telling you, I watched so much TV during summer vacation. That's all we had to do, especially it was hot. The AC be cracking in the house.
No,
and we just eating.
Cracking.
Grandma will cut. My grandma would cut fruta for us, all la sandia, el mango, cacahuate, not cacahuates, what are they called? Nectarines. How do you say nectarines? Duraznos, I meant duraznos.
Oh, duraznos.
Yeah, all those. She be having all that la piña, everything cut up for us, and we just be binge watching whatever we're watching.
Watching shows, yeah.
Watching shows, yeah, for real. Mm-hmm.
We didn't have the AC cranked. My dad would be like, "Do not touch the thermostat. Drink water." So we would always have like a big cup with ice and water, and it was like so much ice. You'd take like 2 sips, and then you'd be like, "I need more water."
That'd be hot.
Yeah. My brother and I, like the ceiling fan, we would lay on the floor and like just lay under the ceiling fan, or we would be on the floor watching TV, like with the fan above us with our water cup.
Oh man. And then I got to high school, right? How was your summer vacations in high school? Were you already turning up, Nicole, or not?
Yeah, I was turning up.
As a freshman already? Or 8th grade or what?
Yeah, and as a freshman, I was already turning up in the summer.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
so what was your summers like then?
So
what was
when
your
we
veranos like?
When we were in high school, because my brother's only 2 years younger than me, you know, my parents were more like, we don't want you out in the streets or whatever. Like, you guys can have people come over here, or like, because my parents' garage and like front yard is really big. So like people would come over, we'd have little kickbacks. Then my mom would come home, depending who was at the house, she would make like little snacks for us.
Yeah.
But like in high school, once like the homies had cars, we were just gone.
It's
like
lit.
My parents would give us like a little bit of money. So then we had a friend, he drove up 72 Pontiac Ventura. Yeah. So it's like classic, you know? So we thought we were so cool. Like we would go out to the races. That was like when Fast and the Furious came out. Yeah. There was a lot of like races in this area where they have a lot of
when Midnight Club came out too.
Yeah. And so Fridays after school, we would be like, okay, like come pick me up at this time. We're going to do this. And we would go to the races. Yeah. And like meet up with other people. We'd all meet up at this gas station. There'd be like 20, 30 cars. Like everyone's like, where the race is going to be at. And so here in Sacramento, they would be off of Florin and Perkins, which is like all warehouses. And there's like these straightaways that are a quarter mile. And we had a buddy who had like I think it was an MR2 Spider. I don't know if you remember that car, 2-door car.
Eclipse?
Other buddy.
No, Mitsubishi.
Mitsubishi.
Mazda.
I think it was Mitsubishi.
Okay.
I'm not sure. But he had a white one. So, you know, we had like the homie that had the motorcycle, like this and that, like older, you know, the older kids that we knew, like, and we would go to that was our main thing. We would go to the races during the summer, Friday nights. And we had 2 friends that worked at the movie theater. And then we had a 3rd friend that worked at the movie theater. So then we just got hooked up and we would just watch. We'd movie hop like all weekend.
This is freshman year?
This is in high school. Yeah. All of, like high school. It was just, I knew that someone who worked in.
Obviously your summer vacations, or maybe not, but I'm assuming like your your freshman, your 8th grade to 9th grade and your 9th grade to 10th grade summers are a lot different than your 10th grade to 11th grade, 11th grade to 12th grade summers, or no?
I don't know. I think I was just turning up at a young age. So it was like.
I started smoking sophomore year. So my 9th grade one was still a lot of my 8th grade summer vacation vibes, you know? But when I got to 10th grade, that's when like the homies just started driving 1 or 2. So we had one that they would go pick up the weed and, you know, go get the, you know, have an older sister, get the blunt wraps. You know, that started happening like 10th summer of 10th grade. And then 11th grade, I ended up dipping out to, I went up north to Chico, California, to go with my uncle. He's the general manager for the only Wendy's, I think, in Chico off of Bassett. I forgot what the street's called. And I was 16. It was right before senior year, and I went to that whole summer. I want to go work. I just went to go work. Came back home with like $4,000 for the summer. So I was lit senior year. You know, I already had my car. Now I went back to school super fly. And this is the time where I was into like super name brands like Hundreds and I'm still rocking Stussy, but I was Stussy early. The LRG stuff, Famous was popping at the time. You know, I was super into Famous.
I was super into Famous.
Diamond Supply. You know, I was spending.
Oh, Diamond. I was just looking at them online. It's so random.
You know, so I was spending like
Volcom. I was so into Volcom.
I was spending at least $30, $30 a shirt basically. I was paying, you know. So and every time I would go to the mall, I would buy a pair of Vans. Every time I would go to the mall, I was buy a pair of kicks and a shirt. I was just that person. I was always at the mall every weekend. I wanted to buy clothes. That's my thing. Till this day, I like clothes, but I just know how to control it more now. And
yeah, did you ever go to the outlets during summer vacation?
Oh man, we're gonna have the. I didn't want to say too much, but that's gonna be a Platica. The Platica to back to school, because.
Yeah,
back to school vibes and shopping. That's a whole thing too. Like, so that's gonna be a Platica. So we'll talk about that eventually. But yes, outlets for sure. Especially the ones that during the summer you would go to, like the Barstow ones, like the ones that were more farther from you, where it didn't really matter, you know, because
you just walk around.
Yeah,
the open. You're out getting like an ice cream.
Yeah. And then by 11th grade to 12th grade summer too, like. I went to work, but then the 12th grade year, after the senior year, I came straight back down to Riverside. So I was here with my cousins, and that summer vacation was super lit. This is 2011, right? Not in my enemy year. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. and I got in a car crash that year, you know, in 2011. Bad car crash, and that was during the summer. But other than that, like that summer was the littest. You know, I was living back here. We had moved back down to Riverside, but we weren't back in this house yet because we're waiting for the renters to move out. So I came early and moved in with my cousins next door. So I spent the whole summer living with them. So we were going crazy. We were smoking a lot. You know, this is when we were like all in our bags because we were kind of working. We all had little jobs and stuff. So it was it was fun right before college too. So. It was cool, but like my first 2 years of high school summers were way different vibes than 11th, 12th grade summer.
Once I graduated, I ended up taking off and working, staying at my grandparents and working with my aunt at a job in San Francisco. So I did that like after senior year. I was just trying to get money and, you know, spend time with my grandparents, but also work, because I didn't work outside of that. I didn't work during high school. Even though I wanted to, but my parents were like, no, you should focus on school. Yeah. So that summer was cool because I got to make money and stuff.
Were you already doing your thing, you know?
Oh, yeah.
In high school?
In high school.
Yeah?
I mean, there were some summers where my dad had found...
How'd you do your own back-to-school shopping?
Like, my dad was like, I found this in your room. And I'd be like, oh. About to be busted.
Baby powder.
This is just he found like weed and like he would find alcohol, because we would have like kickbacks and we had like older friends that would buy alcohol for us. Yeah. And it'd be like come home from like being out, and then you just see it on the table when you walk in. You're like,
being a girl, did you have those older guys that were just trying to like, yo, let's do something, especially during the summer? Because you know guys are always trying to find girls to kick it.
No, not really, because like I said, my brother and I always did everything together. So if I was out on summer vacation, out of school, Renee was always with me. So there were not a lot of guys that were older than me that were trying to hang out, because they were either intimidated by my brother, or two, they just knew, okay, she has to go with her brother, and he's definitely gonna come. So it just...
Is your brother intimidating?
A lot of people think that. Yeah, he's definitely an alpha for sure. He's always been that way. Yeah. So I think like people think he's older than me, so they're always like, "Oh, that's your younger brother," and I'm like,
"Yeah." Brother.
Yeah, I'm my only one. And they're like, oh, I thought he was older. And now, you know, because he's in the military and all that too. And he used to be in bodybuilding competitions and stuff like that. So, yeah. Right. We would do that too in the summer. We always did like worked out. Yeah. We had little weights in the garage.
All about summer vacation vibes.
You know, you'd play the music really loud. It's like, yeah, I'm working out, lifting weights.
Yo, there was one summer vacation, right, where I told even my classmates and people, I was like, yo, and I was never like fat. I was never big, but I've always like was a little, you know, chubby. I always had some fat on me. And I remember this one summer I was telling people like, nah, when I come back, watch, I'll be all ripped up and everything. There's only one time that I said that. And, you know, and me, I'm not the person that's just saying things. You know, usually when I say something, like if I say it's because I'm really gonna do it. No matter how long it takes me, I'm gonna do it, you know? But that was the only one that I was like, nah. Like I was hitting my mom's treadmill for like a few days. And you know, but it's like that mentality of like you think you're gonna lose all the weight in a week of just working out. Like, nah, bro, you have to put in work.
Yeah.
And it wasn't nothing crazy. I think I could have lost in that summer because it was nothing crazy, you know. It was just a lot of, like the love handle stuff, you know.
A little baby fat.
Yeah, just baby fat. It was nothing crazy. Yeah. Like even right now, like what I want to lose, the love handles and stuff. I can lose that if I really just dedicated a whole summer to that. To be honest.
Right.
It's easy for me to eat clean. Like I don't mind doing that. Like so that step's gonna be the easy part. Is just getting in the routine. I just like being grifo all day. You know. I like mota. I like being high.
You know, you
and lazy.
Walks, summer walks.
No,
you're not that. That's not you.
That's why I need a girl to do that type of things with.
Oh,
like
what happened to walking Pebbles?
Well, she got big. And she can't walk anymore. She's done already. And that's what threw me off too, cause I was walking her. I had started her journey, and it felt like once she got that tumor in her eye, I don't know if it was just her eye or if she also has one in her body, but she's kind of breathing a little heavier. And it's weird because like I started actually feeding her good food. I started walking her and everything started going backwards after that. So it doesn't make sense what happened. So I know there's something wrong with her. Something in her, and I just want her to give me the sign or tell me, like, because she's not crying. Like, Dennis made a good point the other day. He goes, I know you want to get rid of her, bro, but, I mean, she's just chilling, bro. She seems like she gets up, she's just there, and she goes over there, she's there. She don't seem like she's having that, like she's hurting right now. But what if it gets there, that's kind of messed up, you know, because
it's hard, to get to that point.
I don't know. My mom wants to put down she brought my sister's little dog, too, that we've had for 16 years already. She's all blind already. She's bumps her head into everything. It's sad, you know, but my mom keeps saying, I'm going to go put her down. She was supposed to go put her down today, and she's like, I just look at her, and she's sleeping, and it's just like, I don't know. I'm like, I know, Mom.
That's so tough.
16 years? Like, come on. That's a long time.
Yeah. So,
no more dogs, though. I'm done with dogs. But they're just a great emotional support.
They are. They're awesome.
That Platica's coming soon, too.
Yeah.
Platica the pets.
Ooh, that's cute.
Because we have a lot of pets in our community has a thing with pets. Every community has a thing with pets, but like our culture, like the way we treat pets and the way we like les damos cariños and like.
And the different types of pets.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah. For sure. See, pool time, we covered all day, watching TV, taking trips. See, a lot of the summer vacations we had, like I said, my mom would have the summers off as well. So so my dad sometimes would just plan to, he'd get vacation from work and we'd take a week or two off, and we'd go up to Chico all the time, and we go to the rivers in Chico because they're so. Have you ever been to there?
I've been to Chico, but not to
the rivers?
Enjoy the great outdoors.
They're known for like the rivers, and it was super dope because he took us 1 year, and every year me and my cousins, we were that more like me and my cousins next door. We're more like the not daredevils, but they are the ones that are more like willing to try things. And me just tagging along, being the younger cousin, I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm down." Even though I'm scared, I would always be down. So because of them, we would get on cliffs and jump into the river.
Oh, nice.
And I would never do that like dolo by myself. It was because of them, and they would just, "Come on, let's do it. It's be fun." Blah blah blah, whatever. And they were just more. How do you say atrevidos? They were more atrevidos.
Daring.
There you go. They were more daring than the average person. Yeah, they were always down. Like they weren't scared to like scrape their knees and fall and get a type. They were that type of people. But over here with me and my siblings, like because we live with our grandma, she was always very like sheltering and too sheltering to where it's like
protective.
Watch out, you're gonna hurt yourself. Or don't be outside by yourself, they're gonna kidnap you. It's always like fear-based type thing instead of just like
very
go
much
out and
fear-based.
just get up if you fall. It was always fear-based mentality. So me and my siblings are completely different than my cousins next door because they didn't they didn't have my grandma with them. But when I'm the older one, so it's like their youngest brother is 4 days older than me, So I'm like their age basically. So they were more daring, so that kind of rubbed off on me. And that's why I started liking roller coasters. That's why I started, just doing paintballing, riding bikes with them in the hills and like doing tricks and jumping off ramps and stuff like that. That was all because of them. So we did a lot of that during summer vacation too, especially when we were younger, like the 9th grade to 10th grade era. We would always be like on bikes with the homies, just riding around the city. Yeah, we were them for a minute. The BMX crew.
That reminds me of something. So one summer, because we used to ride bikes, like the sun would come out when we were younger. This was even before high school. We'd be on our bikes all day, come in for lunch, eat lunch, go back, ride.
Yeah.
We'd make like little ramps behind the house. They were like doing construction. We would like take stuff and build little ramps. So I used to do like all these tricks on a bike. And it wasn't even a BMX bike. I just was like, I wanted a BMX bike, but I just had a regular bike. But my brother and I would do this trick where we would like stand on the seat and you'd like hold onto the handlebars and just be like, oh, we're so cool. And I had like no fear. And I'm riding fast and I'm like, oh, I'm going to do it. And I get up on the seat and I'm holding onto the handlebars. And the neighbor, I guess, had done some construction. So there was all this like sand and gravel in front of his house.
Yeah.
And my bike just said, it like wobbled and I lost my balance and I just ate it. Like I slid all on that gravel. I slid. Luckily I had a helmet on, but it was from my eye all the way to my hairline. The helmet stopped it. So this was like gone. My nose, my chin, my elbows, my knees,
that's
my lip.
That's part of the child being a child.
And I was just down. And my brother like rides over, and then I was like, and my friends ride over, and I was like, so I picked my bike up, and my dad's just standing on the driveway with his arms crossed, and I'm just like walking my bike home, and he's like,
that's not señorita like.
Yeah, like, what are you doing?
What?
I told you not to do tricks. Da da da. Get in the house. And then he gave me a bottle of alcohol and like cotton to clean my wounds out.
Yikes.
And I had like gravel in my.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like trying not to cry because that was like a big thing. You'd be tough.
Damn.
And he's like, you left your friend. My friend Mary, known her forever. She came in the house and she's like watching me like, and I'm like, and I'm like putting like alcohol. I'm like. It was so bad. I was so jacked up. But it was fun.
Yikes.
That's what you did in summer during the summer. You got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
We played like football. I would play football with like my brother's friends. And one time my dad didn't like it, but he was just like, oh, well, you're playing with your brother. One time I got tackled so hard and I got cracked. And my dad was like, that's the last time you're playing football. And I was like, what?
I need that video. That'd be comedy.
I got cracked. And the front, because we would play on the front lawn. My parents have a really big front lawn. So yeah, I got cracked. And my dad was like, last time you're playing, I'm not allowing you to play. And I was like, oh.
Speaking of big yards, my cousins next door, they do have a bigger yard. And we used to always play, we used to say soccer. It's just soccer, but we'd be like, oh, I want to play soccer? Because when we say soccer, we meant playing with the mini goals and the mini soccer ball. So it was like a little mini one, and like the goals were so small, but it was so hard to play. But our dads would get in on it. Like we'd all like, it was so hard to score because it was just so, we didn't have no goalies. You could just have like a defender. If you had like, if your foot blocked it from like a certain distance, it's considered like goaltending, so it counts. So we would just call it soccer. That was a thing every soccer, and eventually we had outside friends that they started finding out what soccer was because. We had a lot of friends from school the schools that we went to that they were just, we living on the main street kind of, to enter this community. So people always go through here to go into the actual community, the neighborhood. So friends would always, they see us outside and just stop by real quick, honk. And they'd be like, oh, what you guys doing? Like, oh, playing whatever. And they just join us real quick. And it was a thing. Like soccer was a thing. Yeah, I had this one. I was potting with Tony, the good brother Tony, and he actually brought that up too. He goes like, "Oh, soccer," and I'm like, "Yo, only real ones remember what soccer is." That was definitely a thing. I wasn't a week. I want to talk about the 4th of July trips, but we'll save that for
the Platica.
Yeah, for our Platica. But water parks. Did you get taken to water parks a lot during summer or no?
So we had like family friends that had pools. And when I was younger, I would take swimming lessons during the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like the little junior lifeguard, but they had like a little water park, like a slide. So my mom would take us to that because we just like free swim and or go to like a friend's house. But like I didn't really go to like Water World, and even though Water World's like not that far from here, but no.
See, it's funny because I know water parks are like different everywhere, but right now I'm thinking like, I was gonna say you never been to Raging Waters, but only if you're from SoCal you're gonna know what Raging Waters is, you know. Like I can't say you never been to Soak City. You know what Soak City is? Like not Soak City. That's what I'm saying. Like it's hard to be like you ever been there because people are not, you know. Water parks are just like so different everywhere. Like you could say you've been to Six Flags. It may be different Six Flags, but at least the brand is everywhere, you know. So water parks are a little bit different, but
they're also different.
We were definitely there. It was right here in 45 minutes from us, the water park. Yeah, we were definitely there. My favorite thing was the lazy pool. The little thing that just goes in a circle.
That's
I love
great.
those. I love those. And now that I'm older, I'm like, imagine just being there with a blunt. You know?
That's a great business idea.
Right? I think Mike Tyson might be doing that for his ranch, actually.
That would be just, enjoy a beverage.
An adult theme park?
Yes, an adult.
Yeah,
Whoa. What kind of adultery stuff though? Because that sounds cool, but it's like,
I mean, well, you can smoke, you can drink, you can, you know what I'm saying, and then not be an issue. You don't have to worry about like children.
Yeah, set it on.
Yeah,
more.
No.
No, that would be amazing. Actually,
I mean, the lazy river and just
like a Chuck E. Cheese for adults. That would be Dave and Buster's, huh?
Yeah, that's Dave.
But Dave and Buster's here. I'm gonna go off topic, but Dave and Buster's, there's still kids there.
That's true.
And it's kind of like.
That's true.
We
need a 20. We don't have a 21 or over like type of thing like that, huh? No. Unless you go to like a barcade.
Oh, we have one here in Sacramento.
That's what you think now. That's
coin op.
Like, yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah.
A barcade. I never in my mind think, oh, I want to play some video games when I'm drunk. That's just me though.
Yeah.
Like, I say otherwise.
I'm gonna play some video games.
I'd be like, I'm such not a gamer, but there's a lot of gamers out here, man. Like Tony finally has someone that he can relate to. Like the other day, he goes, "Bro, I'm in your same boat." Because he said something about like I'm a gamer, and Tony was like, "I'm in your same boat, bro. I love the game." Well, that's good because there's two things I can't pot about. Three things I feel like I can't pot about that I'm so out the loop: anime, video games, and sports.
Wow.
But sports, I can talk about it, but because I feel like I still see it on social media, I can still see all the drama that's happening, all the players going back and forth, or who wins and who loses. But I'm not like, it's only basketball, really. I can't really say too much about football or hockey and golf and all that. It's just basketball.
I watch sports because of my boyfriend. And I used to game. Like, I used to play like Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter. And
I can't see you being a gamer chick.
Yeah, we used to, summer vacation when my parents would be at work. Did you ever play the game? Is it called Dance Revolution?
Yes. What?
So
I had the mat and everything.
So in the summer, during summer vacation, our friend had it, and they'd be like, "Can we come over so we can all play Dance Revolution?" I'd be like, "Yeah," and we would like play it so loud, and we would just like, we were like working out. And
that was lit. Yo,
yeah.
Dance Revolution was so big, right? That when I was in 6th grade, my parents got me my first cell phone, right? It was a cell phone they got me for Christmas. But they kind of figured like you're young, like, and I was even young too. I was kind of whatever about it too. And this is before all the social media stuff, so it was just like a flip phone.
It's just playing Snake.
Not everyone has one, so it don't really matter. Like all your friends don't have phones, so it doesn't really matter, right? So eventually, my parents were like, I wanted Dance Revolution, the game though. So they were like, well, if you want it, we'll buy it for you, but we have to return your phone. And I was like, say less. Yeah. Like, that's it. So I really traded in a cell phone to get Dance Revolution with the mat for the PS2. Oh, man, I was lit all summer. That summer that I got it.
Yep,
I tried to get on extreme mode. That Firefly song was my favorite song. Oh, my gosh. The Fire.
That was
I need to go look that up.
That was so fun. And we had 2 mats, so we would compete. We would have teams. And stuff. Oh, so
yeah.
Fun.
I only have one mat. I only have one mat. I think.
Well, we had a friend so we had friends, so they would each bring a mat, and then.
Yeah. Because I never got into like the Guitar Heroes.
I did a little bit.
Or what was the other one? DJ Hero. I never got into DJ Hero. But Tony was big into that. So every time I would be over at Tony's house and he'd just be... Tony's been a gamer for real.
Yeah, I used to play a lot of games. I played this snowboarding game. I can't remember the name of it, but my brother and I would just play that.
Yeah. When I was young, though...
Solid.
When I was young during summer vacation, I would like next door to my cousins, they had the Sega, and they would have the Nintendo 64. So they would always bust it out during summer vacation because that's where we had a lot more sleepovers, and they could just leave it out and plugged. It didn't really matter, you know. So a lot of the Power Ranger games were being played. Ninja Turtles on the 64. Not the 64, the first Nintendo, the Ninja Turtle game on that. Super Mario, Game Boys. Game Boys were popping at this time too, so me and my cousin would always link up on the little things, play Pokemon and stuff. Man, it's classic things. But let me see. Which that goes actually into like having sleepovers with cousins. Like that was definitely a big thing during summer, especially them living next door. It was always like you stay the night here, stay the night there. That it was. We wanted to be around each other so much that eventually like our parents would be like, all right, like y'all gotta chill, like. You guys have your own house. Like, just relax. Yeah. So we would bug each other, and then during the summer too, when we were younger, they would come spend the night here at my house, but we would all sleep in my grandma's room. So my grandma with like 5-6 of her grandkids in the room with her.
Nice.
Yeah. So she had like a futon. She'd lay like 4 of us on there. 2 would sleep on the bed with her. Yeah. We loved our grandma. We still love our grandma,
That's cool.
But I think we loved her way more when we were young. Let me see. No waking up for 3 months. No waking up early for 3 months. Yeah, that's always a vibe.
But I feel like I still woke up early to watch shows.
That is true, though.
You woke up early.
Knowing you didn't have to be up early, you would still get up early, huh?
Yeah.
That is true. That is super true.
Turn the TV on and see what was on and just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
For real. Damn, I put all these things on the outline, but these all could be platicas in themselves, like amusement parks.
Oh man,
that's a whole talk in itself because our people act funny at amusement parks. We take all the sandwiches, we take extra stuff of everything. We don't buy nothing on amusement parks. Like I want to talk about expand on that.
Yeah,
amusement parks, but we went to so many amusement parks during summer vacations. Always like the Six Flags, the Knott's.
Six Flags.
Even here in Riverside, if you live in Riverside, you know about, even if you're from the IE, you know about Castle Park. It ain't the best of, it's not a crazy theme park, but it's like a little small city amusement park, and it's a staple in the city. And your young summer vacations here, everyone, we definitely were at Castle Park. You capping if you weren't mini golfing at Castle Park when you were younger here in the IE, for sure. Yeah,
when I was little, when we lived in the Bay Area, we would go to Marine World. When it was Marine World Africa USA, and they had the animals, and my dad worked for this company, and I think it was like a company barbecue, and I won the raffle, and I got to ride on the elephant, and I was just like, this is so cool, and feed the giraffe, and
wow, that Marine World that's where the Six Flags is at, right?
Mm-hmm. It's now Six Flags, yeah. Six Flags Marine World.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been there. That's the one that has like that roller coaster, like that, the yellow. I don't know what it's called.
It's green now, maybe. You could see it from the freeway in Vallejo.
Yeah. I've been wanting to go to Six Flags for a minute, actually. It's summer, so I should go to Six Flags.
Yeah, and get yourself.
But I hate when it's so packed at the theme parks.
Oh my god.
That's what I'm saying. We have to have a Platica about it because. Yeah. When it's so hot, they got the little misty things blowing on you, and you get all sticky. And depending what theme park you're at, the park is like if you go to Six Flags, like so many hills on our Six Flags, that's like an uphill type of thing. If you go to Disneyland, it's just super wide. You have California Adventure, and then you have Disneyland, and then if you go to what's the other one? Universal Studios in Hollywood.
Oh yeah,
all the stairs you have to go down to go to the bottom or the escalators. It's a lot of extra stuff. Like that, it gets like you have little kids too. That's what I'm saying. We have to unpack this on a Platica because our people
so much.
Yeah,
and then you're waiting 2 hours for a 40-second ride,
right,
maybe less, bro.
And now it's all scanned because they want you to buy the fast pass, the fast passes, the little
Exactly.
flash passes, fast
Yeah,
passes.
fast pass. Don't wait in line.
Tongue twisting. Fast pass. Yeah, no.
Fast pass. Don't wait in line. But then everyone and their mom has a fast pass, so then you're waiting in line in fast pass too.
Before it used to be like you could just scan it, get the fast pass, and go straight in. Now it's time based too. You have to come back at this time, and it's like, man, I'm over theme parks, to be honest.
Shoot,
I just like the food because there's always good food.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Where'd you go to eat at?
I always wanted the like big fries and the, you know, when you're a kid, you get the big corn dog and the fries and the big ice cream and the, what's it called? The cotton candy, the big icy. You know what I always got at Marine World? The churro. Because it was like the giant churro.
Churros and turkey legs anywhere.
See, I've never been a turkey leg
Nah.
person. Oh, summer vacation too. This California State Fair.
Yes. I just went to the Pomona one actually, the LA County Fair actually recently.
Yeah,
that wasn't. I guess it was summer already. It was in May, but yeah, technically.
We used to go to the state fair all the time.
This is the first time I go to the fair.
Ever? Have you ever been to the California State Fair?
No.
Wow.
Never been to a circus.
See, I have, but I've never really liked it.
My mom never liked that stuff. She never took us.
Yeah. We went once, and I thought it was weird. Personally,
I gave you
just because. I'll tell you why. Because the animals poop, and you see them poop, and then there's like they blow some stuff on the poop, and then there's someone picking it up, but they poop a lot. So I would just be like distracted because they'll try to get the lights away from where it's at, and I would always just see the poop, and I was just like, that sucks.
You get the little bolita in your eye.
No, I wouldn't be that close.
Is that true? They say if you watch a dog poop, then you get the little thing on your eye.
I don't.
You think that's true? You ever heard of that?
I've heard of that, but I've never seen
So every time I see a dog start pooping, I look away because
I just look away because it's awkward for them.
For them, for me too.
Well, they don't want. Who wants to have someone watching them poop?
But you think they consciously know this guy's really watching me, so I'm not gonna poop right now? Because they're facing their backs towards you. So
not all the time. Some dogs are like, I just don't look. I just don't. Privacy.
Oh man. Yeah, so amusement parks were definitely a vibe during summer vacation. Camping, that's a Platica too in itself. But did you do any camping during any summer vacations?
So as a family, we went camping once in my whole life, and it was like
Same.
my mom, my dad's side of the family. We went to Lake Mendocino. It was like my cousins. All my cousins are older than me on my dad's side of the family. And they had a friend who had a boat. And we actually set up the tents and, we had the fire and everything. I caught 2 lizards. I remember that trip so much because I loved those lizards, and I took them home. And that's a whole Platica for the pets because I actually love them a lot. And then kind of, it's an unfortunate. Yeah.
Yeah, same here. We went camping one time.
Yeah. I always other people are like, oh yeah, I go camping every summer. Other families, but not mine.
Well, actually, I recently heard of this thing called glamping, and I'm with that. I'm with the glamping. I might be down for that. Camping in a glamorous type of camping cabin, I'm with it. I'm with it. Let me get a nice little cabin in the woods. I can't do that. I mean, I can do the tent stuff. It's just do I want to do that? And I think it would be fine. I just need a restroom. I haven't gotten to that point where I can just poop and just poop by a tree or something.
Well, a lot of campgrounds have you walk to an area where there's showers and bathrooms. Yeah. I mean,
but see, that's not camping. That's cheating then. So that's why I'm with the glamping. I'll cheat. Give me the luxurious type of camping. But me just I could piss anywhere. That's whatever. But the pooping and then they running out of toilet paper and trying to figure that nah. I'm a city boy. I'm sorry.
Now that we're talking about pooping, one
No.
summer vacation,
No.
one summer
She's on the
vacation, I was in
She
Nicaragua.
started too, huh?
Yeah.
What happened?
One summer vacation, I went to Nicaragua for a month. I was 15, and my abuelita Lucia took us to this place called Tipitapa, and she had family there who were like, they were not rich people. They had land. They had hogs.
Yeah.
And I was like, necesito usar el baño, like, where's your bathroom? They didn't have a bathroom. She was like, well, you can go pee. And she had like this pot. And I was just like, I'm just going to go out there in the farm.
Yeah.
And I was extremely frightened by a large hog who creeped up behind me while I was squatting. And it was very hot because in Nicaragua, it's super hot. And I actually had the hog's nose touch my butt and I freaked out and I actually ran. I had like,
oh, heck no.
I ran across the field, like trying to pull up my pants. That happened in the summer. Yeah.
Nicole taking a dookie.
I had to pee.
Okay.
But what they say is that pigs eat poop or whatever they so like I think it thought that it was trying to like eat my butt. And I was just
or
like
sniff it.
Yeah, I felt the wet nose on my butt cheek. I freaked out. I was like, what is happening?
Nah, no sir.
It's always the butt stories. My dad decided to poop on a tree, like he put his back up against a tree, and about maybe about 15 seconds later, his butt is just like infested with fire ants.
Oh,
see?
My.
Yeah. So I can understand you wanting to go glamping. Honestly.
Glamping. La Platica de glamping.
Summer glamping with Chris X Matt.
I'm gonna start doing things just to have the Platica about it.
We're gonna need some behind the scenes from you and your glamping experience.
Bro, glamping will be fire, man. Fire. Man, like have everything just catered to me. Nah, but I mean, I guess glamping is just a cabin. It's not. That's the only.
Well, I've been to a cabin when I go to Tahoe. You have everything.
Cabins are lit.
Yeah, cabins are nice.
I like cabins.
Yeah.
I just need a shower. I need a shower in a bathroom at just to be accessible to me, and not worry about something creeping up on me either, or walking into a bathroom and like it's all smelly and there's pee everywhere. Not really taking it. No. I need my own little.
Yeah, you want your own lavatory.
Since we are, I guess I'm pooping. I mean, Platica de pooping, right? I can't poop anywhere else, but like, I mean, I can, but I rather just poop here at home. I think that's a lot of people, but there's some people that can really just poop anywhere, like no problem.
Yeah,
I actually wish I could just do that because it's bad to hold on to it.
It's bad to hold on to it. So, like when you were spending the night at your family during, summer vacation, you're having these slumber parties.
Yeah.
You just never.
I mean, I live next door, so I could run home.
Would you run home?
No, but it's different with family. Like with them, because they are like I feel like I'm one of them. I don't mind using their restroom like that, It's like even when I go to Tony's, I'm chilling. I can do it there. It's just more of the I guess it's more public restrooms. Let's put it that way. When it's private restrooms of people's, I can do it. It's whatever. It's when it's the public ones that I feel away. If I have to put paper on it, no.
Yeah. I mean, so if you were at an amusement park and you had to go,
no. Nah, we holding it. We clenching our butt cheeks.
Okay.
I don't know about that one. I hit them roller coasters, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's terrible.
See, but I'm even when I fly and everything, bro, I always don't eat nothing. I always try to.
So you're like,
I eat light, yeah, because I know like I'm not gonna want to get bubble guts.
Speaking of flying, did you ever like during summer vacation go out of the country? Like besides Tijuana, like did you fly? No.
I didn't start flying until my parents recently left, so I was already 20 something.
Oh wow.
The last time I was on a plane before that was when I was like 7 when I went to Mexico. That was the last. That was during summer vacation. It was. We took like a Mexico trip.
Nice.
And it's crazy because I almost lost my dad in that trip because he almost drowned in Puerto Vallarta in the waves.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he was crazy waves, and my uncle had to go in there to get him out, and he brought him back to shore. But my mom was like tripping the rest of the trip after that.
It's actually, in summer vacation when I'd go to the beach, like I noticed that it's so scary how people who don't know how to swim will just like, oh, let me get in. Or people who do know how to swim just don't appreciate how strong the ocean is.
Yeah.
It's like,
I take it for granted.
I had a friend who every summer vacation, she was a lifeguard. Like that was her summer vacation.
Gig?
Yeah, was lifeguarding.
That's cool because you're getting money, but babysitting every summer?
Yeah.
I don't know about all that. I don't know, but I mean, we didn't even bring up the beach. The beach plays a big part during our summers too, you know?
Yeah.
And again, that could be a whole Platica too, because our people act up during when we go to the beach. We're bringing all the family. We're bringing the carne asada. You know, we're just
my
mom used to take the little things where you wash off the sand and stuff. She used to take the shampoo and body wash and give us a shower there.
Yeah.
Like no one else was doing that.
Yeah, it's like, why are we bathing here? It's just to rinse off.
You know, the tortas, the just everything.
The umbrellas.
Playing soccer, playing volleyball, like with random people. Like it's just our families are always vibed out during the things, and that was a summer tradition for us. But on 4th of July, every 4th of July would be at the beach.
Oh, that's nice.
We'll get into that one in the other Platica, but the beach that was our tradition, and then also our Chico trips were definitely traditions. So every summer we would go up there to the river to my uncle's. That was the tradition every year, every summer, and I think that was the only 2 ones that we I kind of did consistently for a few years. Yeah, like the water parks and theme parks. I mean, not every summer we'd go to Six Flags and all the stuff, you know. So that one always was different.
Yeah, I think I went to Nicaragua for 2 summers.
So the whole summers.
One summer when I was 15, I was there for a whole month.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I spent it with my abuelita Lucia, and I got to meet like my great grandma on my mom's side of the family, and just like went all around.
That's hard.
Yeah, it was cool. That was yeah. I was there for about 30 days or something. Never felt like it because it was so hot there. I was like,
is it humid?
So humid. It's like you wake up and it's like
suffocating.
Yeah.
Wow. Nah. Nope. Nah, I guess now, I was gonna say my tradition now, but it's not even a summer tradition because I go to Miami once a year, but it's never during the summer. Because it's summer year round there, so
right.
I always go October, December when it's here. When it's winter here, I dip out. But that's become like my tradition now. But I think I'm gonna put a pause to it this year. I think this is gonna be the last year I go to Miami, maybe.
Yeah.
I think so. I think I'm getting. It's already been 6 times, 7 times. I'm kind of
trying something different, maybe.
Trying something different, yeah. But I like that vacation-y vibe, island-y vibe, and you only get that in the States there or Hawaii. So maybe I might do Hawaii soon.
Hawaii is beautiful. Actually,
I haven't gone to Hawaii.
I did go to Hawaii 2 summers. I did when I was older. Yeah, that was like my own thing, though. Yeah, I loved it.
Either Hawaii. That or I want to go to Puerto Rico.
I was just telling my boyfriend that.
Yeah.
La Isla del Encanto.
Yeah. That'd be cool. Yeah. I need that island-y vibe. I need that water vibe. That to me is vacation vibe.
Tropical.
I can go to New York for vacation, but I feel like I'm just like in the city too. So it's not too much of a vacation. It's more like sightseeing and being touristy. But when I go to like where there's sand and there's water and there's palm trees, it's more of the like, I don't care to look nice. I want to be in my flip flops and just have my trunks
just relax.
on. Just relaxing. Yeah, it gives me more of that vibe. So I have to find a new spot if I don't do Miami anymore. And I don't know how I'm gonna react. Depending how I react this year, it's the first time I go to Miami without my dad the last few years, and
so that could be different.
I land the day of his birthday, and then my birthday's the next day. So it's just, I don't know. I'm gonna act up. No, for sure. That's for sure. But I already know, like, when I get drunk, eventually when I get too drunk, I'm going to start reflecting, and that's when I'm going to start crying. Yeah. that happened at my sister's wedding, where it's like I was having a good time and everything, but I got too drunk to the point where I was just sitting down and I started soaking everything in. I started crying because like you're not here to see my sister get married, you know?
Yeah.
You're not here to see your daughter get married, and it sucks because I started thinking about all the pivotal moments that are coming in our life, and it sucks that he's not gonna get to be here physically to experience it with us. So that's when I started crying because I just couldn't control it. I'm analyzing things when I'm drunk, you know? I'm just sitting there like just seeing everything. Everyone's happy and stuff. So
would you turn up with your dad ever on summer vacation?
Not like that.
Oh.
Not like turn up like how you're saying, like drink and all that. No.
Yeah, like would you guys drink or?
We would drink when we'd go out and like parties and stuff like that. But my dad wasn't also just like, my dad didn't need a drink either. You know, he wasn't like that dad or that man that was like, oh, where's the drinks at? Let's buy a bottle. If anything, they had beers, he'll take a beer. But he wasn't the type that would always pull up with the beer either. You know, like, oh, here, I brought a 24 pack. Let's drink. He wasn't thirsty like that for it. So we just started turning up. So now in our later years, or every time we'd go out to Miami or we'd link up, yeah, we'd have the vibe like, oh, we're gonna drink. Let's drink. Let's take shots. But my dad was down. He was, you know, he'd take shots with us all the time. But as a youngin, nah. You know, same old, just play basketball. He coached a lot of my sports team, and that would happen. That would be during the summer. So we'd always be doing practices and you know, games and stuff like that. So, yeah. Let's see. Before we get into the palabra del día, was it just your immediate family that would go on the vacation, or the extended family too? That's a good one, because mine would be extended family. It would be us. And then my cousins next door and their family. Yeah. And then sometimes my mom's sisters would tag along. The ones that didn't have kids, they'd tag along with their husbands. So yeah, definitely extended family. It was rare when we would just have like an actual family vacation, just us. You know, us,
just the family unit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
We didn't really go on. I was reflecting on this when I was working on the outline, because besides the camping trip, it was always like trips with my family, like extended family, but we were always separated. It's like my dad maybe didn't go, maybe my mom didn't go, maybe I went with my aunt and my cousin somewhere.
Yeah.
My brother went with my aunt, you know, here. We never did like a, hey, we're going on a family vacation, just the four of us. No.
Like road trip type thing?
I mean, no. No. It's not, we've never been like the four of us on a plane together.
Wow.
Or I don't even think I've been on no. That's interesting.
That's something to unpack.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't even get to play. Oh no, we'll play that with Exit Test song.
Okay.
I didn't even get to play my song that I picked, but I forget I forgot we needed an outro song. So all right. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed our Platica today. We're gonna exit out of here with our palabra del día. Nicole, what is our palabra del día?
Alberca and
wait, hold on. Initially it was alberca. That is the palabra del día.
Alberca.
Doing digging and doing Googles, we found out a little more. And then after we had that conversation earlier, Nicole, when we were figuring out the word, I went out there to go eat with my mom and my brother, and I brought up the word because my brother's big on Spanish words, and he's knows about the history of just Spanish, and he's very into like just finding out the history of just us, our people, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, Luke, how do you say a pool in Spanish? He goes, oh, alberca, and I'm like, but is that really how you say it, or is that just like a slang that we just started using? And he goes, or pasi, or what is how you say?
Piscina,
or piscina, and I'm like, yeah, I think that's the right word. He goes, well, there's really no right word. You know, every Spanish country just speaks differently. They have different, and I get that, Spanish, but it's like, what's the proper way of saying it? Like, what's the formal way of saying it? Like, I know we're Mexican and our country adapted alberca, but alberca in Spanish is water tank. You know, so it's like, and I
never heard alberca until today.
You see, and that's why.
And I've always heard piscina. Today's
the first time I hear that one.
See, look, we're just learning.
So alberca is a swimming pool to us Mexicans. If if you're from Mexico and if your parents are from Mexico, then you definitely use alberca. That's what we call it. But I guess more Spanish speaking countries know it as a piscina, which is also a swimming pool. And if you're trying to be technical, I guess alberca is a water tank. So that's just something that just holds water, I guess, right? Which makes sense why they call it alberca. It holds water. But then piscina is just, I guess that's just the way you say swimming pool. I don't know why. But when you swim, you say nadar, right?
Voy a nadar en la piscina.
See, that sounds weird. I'm just not used to it, but it sounds
you're
like
not.
An
you're
office.
not used to.
It's like an office, like, oh, I'm in the piscina, in the oficina. That's why.
I don't know why, but earlier after we had talked, I thought about pescado, piscina. I don't know. That just came to mind. Super random. Pescado being fish.
Letterology, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna use it in a context for our non-Spanish speaking people that are here listening because they just mess with us. Thank you
to
those
for
that don't
being
speak
here.
Spanish and bearing. We don't talk too much Spanish, right? It's not like you have to exit out because you don't understand anything we're saying.
Right. I think some people though are like, at least I have people who ask me, is it all in Spanish? And I'm like, no. And I feel like if we do say something in Spanish, we reiterate in English. So that
we do. We definitely do.
Yeah.
And it's just like little segments that I might just say in Spanish and little phrases and stuff. Because my Spanish isn't fluent like that to where I can have a whole podcast in Spanish. I can't do that. I could try, but I'll be so pocho, so broken Spanish. They'll be like, this guy is just talking English, bro.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna use it in context, right?
Okay.
So alberca would be just how I use it when we were younger. When my grandma would ask us if we wanted to go in the alberca or whatever. She would ask us, se quieren meter a la alberca.
Okay.
Do you want to get into the swimming pool or into the pool? What about you, Nicole? Use piscina in a sentence. Well, you already kind of did.
Yeah. En el verano voy a la piscina.
There you go. Tie it in.
Yeah.
Yeah. In summer vacation, nos metemos a la alberca.
Yeah, I was like, wow, I keep learning new words.
Yeah, and even earlier we had a conversation where we were trying to figure out the word of the day, and I kind of asked you, and if I think I try to find words that I may not even know or Spanish words that are so complex that like the average even Spanish speaking person wouldn't know. But I also forget that we have people that are listening that may not even have our background, that may not know the words that we know. So even using pools even using words like alberca and piscina, like simple words like that, like a pool is nothing crazy, but the average person you learned the word today. Yeah. Alberca. That's just how you say pool in Spanish. Yeah. So I have to stop putting so much emphasis on trying to bring these crazy words where it's just like, bro, just teach them Spanish words.
Yeah.
The average Spanish words that, they don't, like a chancla.
Yeah, a chancla.
Everyone knows what chancla is, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Quick question. How would you two say pen?
Pluma.
Pluma?
What about you, Nicole?
Lapicero.
Lapicero? That would be pencil?
Pencil or pen?
Pen, like a pen to write with.
Oh. I would say pluma, lapicero. Yeah, those would be
I've heard pluma, but when I was taking Spanish class, they told us that the formal way of saying pen was bolígrafo. But isn't that just a feathered quill? I mean,
bolígrafo.
Feather with a
yeah.
quill on it.
Well, yeah. What happens?
That's old.
What happens is, and I'm glad that you brought this up, because when you learn Spanish in school, they are teaching you Spanish from Spain.
That's what I
So there are words where you're just like, say what? Yeah. But bolígrafo is like 1600s. I'm dipping it in the ink.
Yeah.
Like
that makes sense.
But
that's why, and I guess that's what I meant when I was telling my brother earlier. Is like the formal way, I guess, would be the Spanish way of saying it, right? The Spain way, right? And I guess everything else is just like colloquialism, right? Depending on your area.
I mean, like regionally, there are just different words for Spanish. And I think that because each country has its native tongue before colonial stuff.
Yeah.
And the conquistadors.
Oh, so they just blended, huh?
So then there are there are some words where it's like, oh, they took this and
Yeah.
and then they have, but when you go to
Yeah.
school, like when I was in high school, the teacher would always say, you're not saying things correctly. And it's like, ma'am, this is my native tongue.
Yeah.
How am I, but they're going off of like
The
Spain,
way. Yeah.
Spanish.
The formal way of Spanish. That's what I meant when I was talking about my brother. Because he was like, well, so you're not going to say albergo no more? I'm like, no, I'm going to keep saying what I say.
Yeah, why not? Like, that's you.
But he made a good point because I was like, but is it the right way of saying it? He goes, well, there's technically no right way of saying it. And I'm like,
language is language.
But I guess like what I'm saying is like in English, it's so universal in one way that it applies the same way everywhere. With Spanish, it is different in different, regions. And he made the example like, well, in the South, they call shopping carts buggies. And I'm like, yeah, but see, that would be considered slang because the actual word is a shopping cart. It's not.
It's like, it's really interesting. I saw a reel about this where it was like parking. How would you say parking? Or to park.
Parking is I would say parquear.
I would say parquear.
Parquear, yeah.
But is that really the correct? No, it's not.
It's like the whole bica. Like it's not bica or carro. It's not carro. It's
not automóvil.
Automóvil. Yeah.
That's it's not saying, troca like, either.
Yeah, it's not troca. Yeah, it's not a troca. Yeah, it's mamalona.
Oh man! See, so there's,
shout out to Eggers. The mamalonas, no, quema no quema,
Oh my goodness! Yeah,
I hate the Trinity, man. I was playing. I love every culture, man. Every group of people, man. Y'all bring so much life to the diversity of life. That makes sense. Yeah. I just like how everyone, like, there's subcultures within cultures, and I love it because everyone just brings a different sauce and flavor to everything.
It's beautiful.
Like I don't identify like as an Egger, but I like how like they finally gave those type of Mexicans a name and a label. The Eggers, they're the ones that are burning out in the trucks and just smoking weed in their brand new trucks and bumping the corridos all loud and just being extra. Like they gave them a name like.
Oh, do you think like that was just like a nicer way than saying they're like vatos or
no?
Is it a different level?
They don't dress like that. They don't dress with the baggy clothes and all that. They're more like the skinny jeans. It's a certain type of haircut that really makes you an Egger. If you don't have that haircut, then you're not really.
I know what haircut you're talking about too.
Like bold cut.
Yes, the Egger cut. Yes.
I love the bold cut.
Yeah, bro. It's the evolution of us.
That's the best part about the Eggers for sure.
No, it is. They bump Bad Bunny and everything.
Wow.
Nah, it's just off. It's all fun and games. But yeah, troca mamalona.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. Well, it's been nice. It's been so nice today.
Yeah.
Actually, this was a good episode.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I feel like
so well.
Nice laughs and talked about defecating and things like that too, but
that's poop, right?
Yeah.
That's poop.
Okay.
Defecar. That's another word.
Caca. Popo. Mierda. Oh.
Ooh, that's a bleep.
No, I didn't finish it.
He didn't finish it, but that's. Don't say that.
I've been doing so good on not cussing.
I know. I'm so proud of you.
I know. Like I don't even. It doesn't even like. Earlier, I actually caught myself too. Like I said it on purpose, and I was like, "Shut the bleep." I did that on purpose, but
good for you.
But yeah, man, aquí estamos. This is verano, summer vacation, so it's only right to play Despacito because this was a smash.
Oh yeah,
everyone goes dancing to this.
Everyone is at the parties, like,
nah, in the God. But we're about to be out of here. I appreciate everyone listening, tapping in. Please subscribe on YouTube, Overly Blunt TV, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Share it with your loved ones, please.
Please share, like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate all of you on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram. Help us grow our platform.
Sorry No Lo Siento on Instagram, SNLS Pod on Twitter. Everything in the description, so no worries. If you didn't catch that, no worries. We got you guys covered.
Definitely.
Yeah. No, sorry.
Sí,
señor. That's really going to become a thing. Right? We were about to start that.
We're about to start that.
For real.
Yes.
Oh, man. Pues muchas gracias a todos los que están escuchando. Los agradezco.
Les agradezco.
Muchísimo.
Por escuchar.
Muchísimas gracias. I don't like when they say that. Just say gracias.
It's like, is it like an over the top? Thank you.
Yeah, it's too much. Okay, pero ahí los miramos, ahí los vemos. Que Dios me los bendiga a toda mi gente.
Hoy,
los
mañana
quiero.
y siempre.
Besitos. We out of here though, man. Chris X Matt, Helium with Nicole, Eugene on the boards.
Hey.
Bye.